Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new video lecture of commerce subject related to class 11th. So this video will be very useful for those students who are studying in CBSE or ICSE boards. Before I start this lecture, I have a very deep request to all of you. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, and after watching this video, if you have liked this video, then please like it, and if you want any other topic to be discussed here, please comment. Okay, and share this video with your friends also. So let's understand a very basic chapter related to commerce, and today we are going to cover a very important topic named as accounting equations. So this chapter is very important from the exam perspective because you are going to get at least one numerical problem from this topic. As the name of the chapter itself suggests, it involves some equations. So we are going to see some equation. We are going to see some terms on LHS and RHS. So it's better to learn this chapter with the help of an example. So before going to example, let me give you an equation which we are going to use while solving the problem. The equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So if you are starting any business, there must be some assets and there must be some liabilities, and capital should be there. So without any further delay, let me give you a question and we will understand all the theory parts with the help of that question. So I'm going to first write the question part here. So while writing, please be careful that what are the lines I am writing, because that line should be written while you are presenting your data in a tabular form. So the question here is something like this: show the accounting equation on the basis of the following transactions and prepare a balance sheet on the basis of the last new equation. So we have to do two things here. We have to prepare accounting equation at each transaction, and then we have to prepare a balance sheet using the last equation. So what are the questions given in the form of data? So first data is given as there is a person named Mukesh So Mukesh started his business with some cash. And this cash amounts to rupees 80,000. The second transaction is given. He then purchased goods for cash. And the goods cost 28,000 rupees. Then he purchased goods on credit. This cost him 20,000 rupees. In the fourth transaction, he purchased furniture for cash, and furniture cost him 6,000 rupees. In the fifth transaction, Mukesh paid rent which cost him 2,000 rupees. Sixth transaction is given as Mukesh received commission amounting to rupees 500. Seventh transaction, he withdrew cash for private use which cost him rupees 3,000. In the eighth transaction, he sold goods on credit cost price of goods is given as rupees 30,000. You have to mind that he purchased such goods at the cost of 30,000, but he is selling it at the rate of 40,000 means. So in this transaction, he is obviously getting a profit of 10,000 rupees. So while preparing the balance sheet, you have to keep this in mind, and while writing the accounting equation also. And the last data is given as he paid some money to creditors which is 15,000 rupees. So these are the data given here. For these data we have to prepare accounting equation in each transaction, and then we are going to prepare a balance sheet from the last new equation. So let's see how we are going to solve this problem. So I'm going to need a tabular column. So let's first draw a required table. Okay, so the table is already prepared here. Now let's see how to put each transaction into this tabular box. So solution part is that you have to prepare a tabular column like this. I have created 9 rows here because there were 9 transactions, and in each row we are going to write assets, liabilities and capital. So the topic of this table would be accounting equations. Accounting equation. Here we will write serial number, then in the second column we will write transaction, and first four columns after transactions will include different type of assets, and the last two columns will be of liabilities plus capital. So let's see. The first transaction is that Mukesh is starting his business with the cash of 80,000 rupees. So obviously here 80,000 is in the cash form, so it will go on the asset side as cash and on the capital side as capital. So we can write here cash, and in asset we are seeing some stock also. Here we are seeing asset as a furniture, because he purchased some furniture, and if there will be any debtor then we will write debtors here. Liability will be created by creditors, and capital will be capital itself. So the first transaction is that Mukesh started business with cash of rupees 80,000. So on the asset side it will go in cash, and in this step stock is 0, furniture cost is 0, debt is 0. On the right hand side there are no creditor in this transaction, and capital is there of 80,000 rupees. So before going into next transaction we have to write the first equation here, and the first equation is something like this: 80,000 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 80,000. Now what happening in the second transaction, you can see Mukesh purchased goods for cash of 28,000 rupees. So what we have to write in transaction? So second purchased goods for cash 28,000. So he will use 28,000 from the cash amount. So we have to subtract 28,000 from the cash side of the asset, because he will use cash money only to purchase the goods. So we have to write minus 28,000, and since he purchased goods So goods will come into his business as stock. So we have to add 28,000 to the stock column. Okay, no furniture here, no debtor here. No creditor here, no capital created here. Okay, so before going into next transaction we will write equation here. So let's write equation, and this will be the new equation. This will be new equation. So 80,000 minus 28,000 is 52,000. Stock is plus 28,000. Lab furniture zeros. Debtor 0 equal to creditor 0. Liability 80,000. So what we are doing in the new equation, we have to just add the previous equation and the transaction above it. Now let's see the third transaction. What's happening in the third transaction? Rupees purchase goods on credit amounting to rupees 20,000. So let's write this. Purchased goods on credit 20,000 rupees. So there is no cash exchange here, so it is 0. He has purchased goods, so it will go in stock. So you have to add 20,000 to the stock. No furniture, so 0. No debtors, so 0. Since he purchased goods on credit, so you have to add liability here as a creditor amounting to rupees 20,000. No capital amount. Now let's see the new equation. So new equation will be, you have to just add the previous new equation and the previous transaction. So we are getting here 52,000. Here in stock 48,000. Furniture 0. Debtor 0. Creditor 20,000. Capital 80,000. Okay, let's see the fourth transaction. What's happening in the fourth transaction? That Mukesh purchased furniture for cash 6,000 rupees. So serial number 4, purchased furniture for cash 6,000 rupees. So he is using his cash amount to purchase this furniture, so you have to subtract this 6,000 from the cash Okay, that is from asset side. Okay, no stock is added here, so plus 0. Furniture is coming at the cost of 6,000 rupees, so in the furniture column we are going to write 6,000. No debtor, no creditor, and no capital created here. So after this transaction we are going to write new equation. So in the new equation, what we have to do, just add the previous two rows. So 52,000 minus 6,000 will come as 46,000. Next 48,000. Next furniture 6,000. Debtor 0. Liabilities 20,000. Capital 80,000. Now let's see what is happening in the fifth transaction. So in the fifth transaction, Mukesh is paying rent for his business. So he would have bought some place for his business, so he has to pay some rent. This rent is costing him 2,000 rupees. So first we are going to write serial number as 5. Then in transaction we will write paid rent. How much? Paid rent rupees 5,000. Sorry, rent amount is 2,000. Rent amount is 2,000. So in order to pay his rent, he is going to use the cash only. So the asset will get decreased from the cash. No stock added here. No furniture added here. No debtor. No liability. Since he is paying rent using the cash amount, his capital will get decreased by 2,000 also. So after the transaction, what will the new equation? 46 minus 2,000 is 44,000. Stock is 48,000. Furniture 6,000. Debtor 0. Liability 20,000. And capital is 80,000 minus 2,000 is 78,000. So in each step we have to keep in mind that LHS is coming as RHS. So after fifth transaction, if we check, you can easily get 44,000 plus 48,000 plus 6,000 will come as 98,000. And on the RHS side, if you get the addition of 20,000 and 78,000, you will get same 98,000 as that of LHS. So till now there is no problem with LHS and RHS equation, both are coming equal. Let's see the sixth transaction. In sixth transaction, Mukesh is receiving commission of 500 rupees. So sixth transaction we have to write received commission of rupees 500. So this commission amount will add to his cash on the asset side. So in the cash column you have to write plus 500. No stock, so plus 0. No furniture, no debtor. No liability, 0. And capital will get increased by 500 rupees. Let's write the new. So the new question after the 6th transaction become as 44,000 plus 500, 44,500. Stock 48,000, furniture 6,000, debtor 0, liabilities 20,000, capital 78,500. Now what is happening in the 7th transaction? 7th transaction, Mukesh withdrew cash for private use and the cash amount is 3,000 rupees. So let's write it. Serial number 7. Transaction withdrew cash for private use. The amount is 3,000 rupees. So it is very obvious he is going to cash amount only from the asset side. So you have to subtract 3,000 rupees from 44,500. Okay. Then stock 0, furniture 0, debtor 0, liability also 0. And the capital amount, we will get a decrement of 3,000 rupees because he is using 3,000 rupees for his personal use. Let's write the new question after this transaction. So the new question, 44,500 minus 3,000 will come as 41,500. Stock 48,000, furniture 6,000, debtor 0, liability 20,000, and capital is 75,500. Now let's see the 8th transaction. In 8th transaction, he is selling goods on credit. Okay, but in this transaction, you have to keep in mind the goods that he is selling is at the cost of rupees 40,000. For Mukesh, those goods cost 30,000, but he is selling it at the rate of 40,000. That means in this transaction you have to show the profit of 10,000 also. So how to write it? Let's see here. Serial number 8. Sold goods on credit for rupees 40,000. In bracket you can write CP is equal to 30,000 rupees. So cash 0, Now since he is selling goods, that means his stock will get reduced by 30,000 rupees, because those stocks got 30,000. Okay, so you have to minus 30,000 from the stock. Furniture 0, and debtor amount will get incremented by 40,000 because you are selling it by 40,000 rupees. So in the debtor column you have to add 40,000. Then liability 0, and the capital will increase by only profit amount, not by 40,000. You have to keep in mind. That's why I told you in this transaction Mukesh is getting profit of 10,000. So in capital, that profit amount will only get added, not the whole selling price. Keep that in mind. Now let's form the new equation after this transaction. So new equation will be cash 41,500, stock 48 minus 30, that is 18,000. So plus 18,000. Furniture 6,000. Debtor amount 40,000. Liability 20,000. Capital 85,500. Let's see the last transaction. So the last transaction, Mukesh is paying to creditors, and what's the payment amount? That is 15,000. So let's write that transaction in the column. Serial number 9, paid to creditors. The amount is 15,000. So 15,000. So to pay the creditor, Mukesh will use money from the cash amount on the asset side. So it will subtract 15,000 from cash to pay the creditors. Stock 0, then furniture 0, then debtor 0. Now here liabilities will get decreased by 15,000 because Mukesh is paying to creditors using his liabilities only. Okay, so you have to subtract minus 15,000 from the liabilities. No change in capital. Okay, so these are the total transactions, and we have created accounting equation for each transactions. Okay, so let's write the final equation. Final equation. So to write the final equation, just see the previous two rows. 41,000 minus 1,500 will be 26,500. Stock 18,000. Furniture 6,000. Debtor 14,000. Liability 20,000 minus 15,000, that is 5,000. Capital 85,500. Okay, so you can see we have prepared the accounting equation. It is little bit lengthy prepare accounting question, it is going to take time in the exam, at least 10 to 15 minutes. So you have to keep in mind that you give such required time to this question while solving. And after writing the accounting question, we are going to prepare the balance sheet using the last new question. So to prepare the balance sheet, we are going to make a new table. So in this table you are going to write the balance sheet of Mukesh. So this table topic will be balance sheet of balance sheet of Mukesh. So we are going to use the last transactions or final equation to make this balance sheet. You can see in the final equation we're getting the cash as 26,500, we're getting stock as 18,000, we're getting furniture as 6,000, debtor amount 40,000, credit 5,000, and capital amount as 85,500. Let's write the balance sheet of Mukesh using these transactions. So on the left hand side we are going to write liabilities plus capital, liabilities plus capital, and its amount. So in the liabilities we are going to write about creditors, and in capital we are going to write capital. So we can easily see using the last transaction or equation, creditor amount is 5,000 and capital here it is 85,500. So if you add these two transactions, it will come total as 90,500. And on the right hand side of this table we are going to write about assets and its amount. So assets we have here in the form of cash, stock, furniture, and debtors. So using the last new equation we can very easily see the cash amount is 26,500, stock is 18,000, and furniture is 6,000, and debtor amount is 40,000. So if you add all these things, you are going to get total as 90,500. Okay, so you can see in the last equation we are getting asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. That means whatever the transactions we have recorded using the accounting equation is correct. So this is the way you can solve this problem and prepare the balance sheet at the last. Okay, It's a very important numerical problem from the subject of accountancy. You can definitely get a question like this in your exam. So if you like this lecture, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you want any other topics to be considered, then please comment below. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.